1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I haven't been able to slate in forever. Hello one, hello all, welcome to this 60 to 41 edition of The List. We're getting over the hump, we'll be past the halfway mark. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 60. The First Purge, which, I don't hate what I've seen of The Purge. There's one of them I haven't seen, it's either 2 or 3. But I thought the first one was all right. The First Purge, more of the same. It's a prequel of sorts. Once again, heavy-handed, a little heavy-handed with the social subtext. And I'm using the word subtext very, very generously. It gets a little out of control towards the end, but I had an all right time with it, oddly enough. It's strange that something like The Hate U Give pissed me off more than The First Purge with its social subtext. And again, neither film, I would say, has really subtext. They beat you over the head with their heavy-handedness. But The First Purge, I'm in the minority, I think. From what I know of other people that I speak to, if this is their least favorite in the series, I haven't seen all of them, but I like this more than Election Day, or whatever the fuck, whatever is not the first one that I've seen, which you don't know, so you could do worse. Not much worse, but I was all right with it. I don't know, fuck. It caught me at a good time. Rosamund Pike in a decent but forgettable movie based on true events from a couple of decades ago in the Middle East. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, otherwise known as the soft reboot of Jurassic World, The Lost World, or The Lost World Jurassic Park 2. It's The Lost World. That opening scene is pretty fucking badass. It doesn't really connect to the Jurassic World movie. I don't know how they got that fish, shark, mammal, amphibian, whatever the fuck it was. How they got it in a contained area, but really neat scene. And then the movie progressively gets more and more out of control. I really liked Jurassic World, so it's saying a lot coming from me saying that it's a bit of a disappointment, because Jurassic World was one of my favorite movies of the year it came out. So, yeah, unfortunate, whatever the fuck they were doing here. There's moments, it has moments. They're few, but they're there. The Night Comes for Us. This is a movie that I recognize is pretty fucking good for people who are looking for exactly what's in this movie. I'm not one of those people. The dude, once again, I fucking forgot his name, Eco, from The Raid is in this. Again, Mile 22, they wasted him. Not wasted here. Lots of fighting, lots of non-English. Be prepared to read and watch some fighting listen. It's a really good action movie. It's on Netflix, so you don't really have to go far to check it out. But yeah, just not in the mood. It's good. I mean, listen, we're at a point where I think everything that I'm talking about is at least 3 stars from me for one reason or another. Good movie, just not my cup of apples. New phrase, run with it. Number 56, Bohemian Rhapsody. Uh-oh. but it's nominated for all those Oscars. Yeah, it's okay. A little soft on the storytelling about Freddie Mercury. I don't know, if you want Queen the musical or something close to it, I guess you'll have a good time here. The movie ends at Live Aid, which is bullshit. You want a triumphant story? How about the fact that the lead singer managed to make a couple of albums while having AIDS, and managed to make an album right before dying of AIDS? That's pretty triumphant, but you don't want to talk too much about the AIDS stuff. I don't even think the word AIDS is mentioned in Bohemian Rhapsody. I think Freddie Mercury, when he says he has it, he literally says, "I have it." Yep. This could be like backlash towards what's happening. Like the movie, I think the movie won Best Editing at the Golden Globes, and I need to re-educate myself on editing because that was the best edited film in 2018? One of the best? Oh, okay. Okay. I've lost touch, clearly. Again, it's okay. It's okay if you just want a light, fluffy, sing-along movie about Queen. That's what you get here. I wanted The Doors for Queen / Freddie Mercury, and it's not that. It's not that at all. But the editing's really good. 55, Tomb Raider, poor Alicia Vikander. See, stuff like this will never take off because you're trying to set these franchises with just the name. And I don't think Alicia Vikander is a action star. She holds her own. Listen, if you're familiar with the Tomb Raider remake from the early 2010s-ish, the movie is kind of that story. So it succeeds in you know, bringing back the Tomb Raider story for those who aren't familiar. If you are familiar, it'll seem a little redundant at times, but Alicia Vikander, I don't think, is strong enough as far as carrying a franchise. If you want this to be a multi-film thing, it's a good time. There's just nothing really charismatic about her. With a film like this, I think charisma really needs to be considered. This isn't Ex Machina. That's for goddamn certain. However you want to read into that. This is a movie that has a bit of a twist, and I can't tell you what it is because it'll just annihilate any perception going into the movie. But I kind of figured it out somewhere in the first act, second act crossover. I was like, wait a minute, this is gonna be blank. And it was, and it kind of ruined my experience. Charlize Theron, upset housewife, mom, pregnant, all of the above, hires a nanny to help her, and she gets not turned on, but you know, she's inspired by the free-flowing, no care in the world lifestyle or what have you. It's so hard to talk about this movie, about the, yeah, she's jealous of her nanny, and then the rest of the movie happens. Yeah, if you know what's coming, it kind of ruins it. It wasn't terrible. Again, this is, I think I gave it like 3.5. We're at a point where a bunch of movies where they're decent. I just have different tastes and prefer things more. If the idea of a pregnant mom who's just tired of her situation and is, you know, just, it's a black comedy. I'll give it that. You know, she says and does things that are just like, wow, that's, you don't expect a mom to say something like that, a pregnant mom to say things like that. It's a little refreshing for somebody like me. But again, knowing where it goes, it kind of wiped me out of it. And just, it was just like telegraphed. But don't look anything into it if you're at all mildly interested. Seriously, don't look at trailers, whatever, and just watch. Because I think it's on something, Netflix, Prime. It's been out a while now, so make up your own mind. 53, Ocean's 8. It's fine. It's fine. Sandra Bullock, Sarah Paulson. Sandra Bullock and Sarah Paulson twice in the same year. Huh. Rihanna, Awkwafina, Anne Hathaway, a slew of others, Cate Blanchett, right? Yeah, it's in the same universe as Ocean's 11, and yeah, they want to rob a necklace. Kind of paint by numbers. You could tell they're trying to copy certain elements of Ocean's 11, 12, 13, and it's fine. If Ghostbusters 2016 were Ocean's 8, I don't know, maybe we wouldn't have Ghostbusters 3 coming out next year. It's fine. It's perfectly, it's oatmeal, is what I'll say about it. You could eat worse, you could eat better, but you know, it'll fill you up. I don't know, it'll kill time. Fuck it. These analogies are the worst. Rosamund Pike in a decent but forgettable movie based on true events from a couple of decades ago in the Middle East. Number 51, cock blockers or blockers. This is a movie I really wanted to hate. See, like my expectations really kind of, in case you haven't noticed, they play into how I rank them. I literally had like this week where I saw 4 early 2018 comedies, and Blockers was the last one. And I guess if Blockers is the last thing you see in that bunch, you feel like you're watching fucking Breakfast Club compared to those movies. It's an R-rated comedy. The one thing I'll give it credit for, it's finally like a female sex comedy, which, you know, if American Pie was a bunch of teenage girls, that's what this movie feels like. And good. They don't beat you over the head about it. It's just, you know, straight teenage girls that are into dick. And it's rated R, so of course they're gonna say things like they want dick. And you know, that's it. Hijinks ensue. This will probably go a little bit further down on my rankings if I ever see it again or whatever, but I was just so spent. I was just hating the art of comedy when I saw this, and I was like, oh, this is actually not that bad. I haven't revisited it since revisited it. So I don't know. This chunk is where like my insecure 20. So fuck, I don't know. Another case of a milquetoast-y comedy that caught me off guard, and I was completely receptive to it. Saw it at home, so that play that into your calibrations. So, you know, watching on the couch early in the morning, not really giving a shit too much about anything, just, all right, what do you got, movie? And I chuckled. I chuckled quite well a couple of times. And in a comedy, that's kind of the premier thing I'm looking for. Horror, you're looking to be scared. You know, you'll forgive some story, some plot holes in stuff like horror and comedies just to, you know, get those juices flowing. But yeah, Kate, not Bosworth. What is your name? Kate McKinnon. She's funny. She's funny. A little over the top at times, but she is all there is to laugh at. Mila Kunis plays a rather decent straight man or woman, excuse me, and you could do worse. You could do worse. I think the last movie I saw in 2018 is Bird Box. Yeah, all right. Really neat. Really, really cool. It's a shame The Happening wasn't this. I don't know. The ending, a really good movie, and the ending, it just kind of felt like a little bit of a gut punch. But yeah, at this stage, I'm recording this late January. You're probably watching this in early 2019. We're all tired of hearing about Bird Box. Check the internet for opinions. Mine is decent movie, kind of ended a little strangely. Could do worse. That is the theme of this chunk. Could do worse. This movie feels like a couple of movies in a blender, and then it just kind of, for the third act, it gets deep fried and starts getting all over the place. It's hard to explain this, but like I thought this movie was going to be like some sort of weird Purge style movie, and it's not that. It's like a Heathers meets, I guess a tiny hint of the Purge in there, but it's really not. It's like Heathers on fucking steroids. Kind of caught me off guard. Wasn't really again, I was expecting females in a high school version of The Purge, and that's not exactly what this is. So perhaps that altered my perception and what I was expecting and whatever. Again, not terrible. Could do worse. I'm gonna lose a bunch of you now. 47, The Incredibles 2. It's all right. It's fucking all right. You know, I don't know. I think we're officially at the stage where Pixar is just kind of following a template and mailing it in. This didn't feel very cared for. I don't know if that makes sense, but the other Pixar movies, they have this you know, sense that through the process of making the movie, there's care and detail and attention being paid. And this kind of feels paint by numbers. I mean, the ending's really easy to see coming, but I'm not 8, so maybe. Fuck, what the fuck do I, like, if you're watching this and hearing me say fuck and ranking Incredibles 2 not high, what does my opinion matter anyway? It's a cartoon for kids. I'm not a kid, clearly. Fuck. They'll Love Me When I'm Dead, which is the documentary about the making of the Orson Welles film that is currently on Netflix. Incredible look at whatever the fuck the process is of Orson Welles. I have a funny feeling Orson Welles in the 70s was on a different planet, because a lot of the style of everything, the film in question, it all reminds me of F is for Fake, which is an Orson Welles pseudo-documentary, which has a Criterion release. They all have this very samey feel to them, but it's fascinating to see Orson Welles and how much he was aware of, you know, Hollywood just not giving a fuck about him. really young Peter Bogdanovich. Can I call it meta if it's fucking 50 years old? Sure, I'll call it a really meta movie for its age. Interesting documentary on Netflix. Go check it out. Probably before you see the actual. Maybe after you see the actual Orson Welles film, perhaps. I'm too old for this shit. I'm convinced. This is a movie I saw months after all the holy shit praise was being rained on it. All right, I'm out of touch, but I don't think that I don't think that's an excuse, because something like The Breakfast Club, something even shit, I'll even give it to Boyhood. Those are movies where I kind of get an idea for the struggles of a child, teenager, high schooler. Again, I could be absolutely out of touch. I just didn't really care much for anything that was happening in this movie. The young actress did a great job. Nothing in this film is new ground. It's just covered in a new way, I guess, with social media and all that playing into it. Don't want to speak poorly of a film that stars a young teenage girl, so I guess we'll just keep going. We're in their 40s, what the fuck? Like, I mean, it's higher than Incredibles 2, what do you want me to say? 44, another movie that I was completely caught off guard by. I forgot who the fuck compared Sorry to Bother You to Get Out, but you're an idiot. Yeah, there's a slight social a commentary in this movie. That's it. Oh, the black guy from Get Out is in it. Perhaps also that's it. This movie is like, I don't know. It's a social commentary. It's a commentary on classes more than anything, I would say. But if fucking Spike Jonze and Charlie Kaufman got together again and made it, that's what this feels like. It feels like a Charlie Kaufman written, Spike Jonze directed social commentary movie, because wow, it goes in some interesting places. Don't expect your regular old drama. This is something that maybe if I watch again will probably shoot up a bit, but I was just so like, wait, what the fuck just happened? If you were to get me after my first viewing of Being John Malkovich, I'd be the same way. I'd be like, it was good, but I don't know what I saw. And that is the case here. Sorry to Bother You is not a simple, plain old, regular story movie. There's some shit happening. Spike Jonze. Just think of Spike Jonze and what he does. And Charlie Kaufman. There. Now you're prepared. Adrift. Rather pleasantly surprised by this movie. Shailene Woodley and the dude from Hunger Games 2, 3, and 4. The guy who ate sugar cubes. Fuck, I forgot what your name is. Yeah, they take a boat, they fall in love really quick, and then they take a boat ride together. It's doomed, and you get to experience what they're going through in their times of tribulation. I again watched it at home. So perhaps if I saw this in a theater, I'd be a little fucking about it. But privacy of my home, got to pause and get up and get a snack, go to the bathroom for an hour, go look at my emails, then come back to it. That might have factored in. I don't know. Could do worse. Mom and dad, fucking just shit. We're officially in the age of, if you're gonna see Nicolas Cage in something, you expect some absurdity, some chaos. And this movie is that. It's like a zombie movie, but it's not, if that makes any sense. And it reminded me a hell of a lot like the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead, with a theme of, youth and new generations pissing off old generations, and jealousy about aging, and wanting to look back to the youth. They go to that enough. I'm heavily weighing this up, I think. There's 2 or 3 that I'm pretty sure people are looking at this list and saying, that's way too high, or that's way too low. And I understand this is probably the bracket where that happens, because this is my insecurity portion. If you looked at my letterbox, they're all like 3 stars, and I'm just like, yeah, it's good, but, or it's not good, but, I don't know. I have nothing else. I'm not defending myself to you. Go fuck yourself. Go make your own list. The Meg. If you're expecting Jaws, you're gonna have a bad time. If you're ready to just be a little silly with a giant shark movie that isn't quite as silly as Sharknado, it's just that. It's fun. I laughed. There's no real scares. If Sharknado is doofy action movie turned up to 11, then The Meg is maybe like at an 8. They take themselves seriously at times, but I was fine with it. Now, this I did see in the theater, so yeah. So that's that. 60 to 41. We're getting there. We're over the hump. Only one more 20 movie chunk. That's 40 to 21, and then I'll be doing 10 and 10. 20 to 11 and 10 to 1. If you disagreed with anything, which I can't wait to hear, by all means comment down below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, like the bell, because I don't know, people aren't getting notifications, and I guess a subscribe button just doesn't mean anything anymore, and you need a 2-point process. Or go back and watch the old versions of the list. Last year, the year before, 2015, the other episodes. Chatty Bobby did a list for 2018, a full 1 video chunk that you might notice my fingerprints all over. That is over on his channel. Otherwise, we will see you soon. Have a day.